Okay, hi. Hi, Lauren. Great to have you here. Could you please introduce yourself a little bit to Wise and to all of the people who are watching us?
Hi, so my name's Lauren. I'm a computer science student at the University of Birmingham, and I'm on a technology degree apprenticeship program as part of PwC. So what that means is I'm a full-time employee there, and I get my tuition fees paid for, and I also get paid a salary whilst I study computer science at university, and I also get work experience with them too. So I just finished my not just, I guess a few months ago, I finished my second year of university, and now I'm preparing to start my placement year with PwC in September.
Great, yeah, sounds really interesting. And what society were you in your first and second years?
So I was in quite a few societies in first and second year. So I was part of dance society that I committed to a lot in first year. I did bench ball in second year, which I committed to a lot. That was really fun. Got to play against other universities as well. I've been part of Catholic Society, Caribbean Society, but the society that I think I've spent the most time with is CSS, which is Computer Science Society. So I remember when I first joined the university in freshers, I really enjoyed meeting all the people at the events that CSS hosted in those first few weeks, and then I just found that I was going to more of them because my friends were going to, and it was just a really great experience. So I got more involved in second year as well when I became the special events rep on the committee for Computer Science Society.
Right, and in general, who can join CSS?
So CSS is open to anyone who has an interest in technology. So I know it can seem a bit daunting if you don't study computer science, you want to join the Computer Science Society, but actually it's a very welcoming space for everyone, I think. So even if you don't study computer science itself, if you've got an interest in tech or want to build your programming skills, I definitely think this is the society for you.
And what about the freshers? Because a lot of freshers come in without any programming experience. So, what do you think freshers can do? What can freshers be involved in as CSS members?
So freshers with CSS was actually quite nice because it wasn't really like the techie events, it was the social side to get people more familiar with other people on their course and just in the society in general. So like for instance, we all did a trip to Ming Moo, which is just like a buffet restaurant in the first week, and we just had events in collaboration with the computer science department to get to know everyone better. And we had a pub night as well at the end of the week, which was nice. I remember that was a really great time for me in Freshers Week because I got to meet a load of people on my course that night, and I made such great friends that week as well. So, and also what you said about not having programming experience, like I started university without programming experience, even though I'm on the computer science course. So I think it's really important for that first couple of weeks, especially to focus on just making you feel comfortable in the environment in the society, so that when the tech events come later on, you're still feeling comfortable. You're not afraid to ask for help if you need it.
Yeah, sounds really good. And what CSS event was your favorite? Because I know you do a lot of various events, more social one, more programming related one. So what was the one that really stayed in your mind after it finished?
Oh, that is such a good question. So there's quite a lot. I think what I really appreciated about CSS was that they would put on a lot of, when I was in first year, they would put on a lot of events which were like careers focused. So we'd have companies come in and deliver careers talk. Like I think Argos did that once. But what was really special was when we had this collaboration with IBM. So I think that was the year I was on the committee. But I'm not saying that to take credit, but it just happened to be the year I was on committee. So what IBM did is we had a quiz kit hackathon. So it's like all about quantum computing, qubits, and things like that. And it was really really fun because we had people from IBM come in and they were like um, telling us about QuizKit and how to use it, things like that. And luckily, my team won one of the prizes of the hackathon, which was really fun. So maybe that skewed my experience of the event a bit, but it was definitely really really good. Like I really like those hackathon events. and getting external people involved is really fun. But I also really like the computer science ball. Again, you know, I organised it last year, so maybe I'm a bit biased, but I liked it a lot in first year as well. I like a good opportunity to dress up. It was very, very fun, very chilled, and a nice way to like celebrate the almost end of the year before exams happen and everything.
Right. And is there anything interesting that you and other CSS members were involved in this summer? Because, you know, there's a couple of online things going around because obviously the situation has changed. So I was just wondering, was there anything in particular that CSS members did over the last few months?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I know CSS has been like adjusting to online format because of quarantine and everything. So they've been putting on a few social events. Like I think they did a few online pub nights and things. But I've been quite busy recently because I was organising this week-long sort of like a hackathon event for sixth formers interested in technology, and we were just the format was to host a lot of sessions during the week and then get them to work in teams where they'd have support from like a mentor. Thank you for helping with that. And someone from industry as well. So that was great. It wasn't a CSS event, but I had quite a lot of people who were heavily involved with CSS, like whether they were on the committee or they were just very active members involved in that event. So I really appreciated that as well. But I also know towards the start of quarantine, a lot of people who were quite prominent in CSS as well, they got involved with an event called Hack Quarantine, which was, I think it was like this three-week online global hackathon where they were getting thousands of people involved in building their own technical projects. So I think that was a really great event that they got involved into.
Yeah, yeah, I think all of those events are really, really interesting because CSS was adapting to COVID pretty nice because it's all on the internet anyway. So going further, what do you like about CSS the most? What is it that makes it stand out from other societies?
Yeah, another great question. So all the societies I joined at uni have been really great, but I think the one thing that makes CSS stick out to me at least is the really great sense of community I felt, because I just think it was a great way for me to get to know people who do computer science and who are interested in tech from various years in at university, which is really nice. And it just felt so welcoming. Like everyone who comes to those events regularly, like you just know them so well, and it's just adding to the community feel of the department. But I think that's generally what the University of Birmingham Computer Science department does well. Like if you're willing to get involved, there's such a nice community spirit that I think is something that should be talked more about, you know, because computer science is not just about working on your own, it's about working with others and learning with others as well.
Yeah, that aspect is often overlooked, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think,
Right.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, yeah, I think there's like a few misconceptions about studying a tech subject or like even working in tech that is very isolating and you have to be like a genius, and there's just different misconceptions surrounding it, and like there's only one way to get into it, but there isn't, there's multiple ways. And yeah, I think the more people realize that it's more about, you know, working together to solve problems, that's really important.
Yeah, and that's why you have a computer science society after all.
Yes, definitely.
Great. So thank you, Lauren, once again for sharing all of this. I really hope to see more people getting involved in CSS after we grow old. So yeah, thanks. Anything else that you wanted to share? Anything that you wanted to ask me or ask Wise as a society?
um Thank you for having me, I'll say that first, but I also wanted to say I think Wise is doing a really good job. Sadly, like I did go to few of the events like whilst I was at uni, but I wish I went to more of them. I think what you're doing is very important. There definitely needs to be more women in STEM just in general. I'm glad there's lots of organizations and groups doing more work for that.
Yeah, it's the proportions in computer science, it's still better than in some subjects. So it's getting there.
Yeah.
So yeah, great. Thanks for answering all my questions, and hopefully see you on another hackathon or any kind of other event.